Good morning. This is it. It's our first day of the live for the Nutcracker Christmas hoop. This one. And I just wanted to say a quick hello facing the camera before we start. Hello. Hi, and thanks for joining. Hi, guys. So yes, as I was saying, this is the first day we're stitching this hoop. And for anyone who hasn't seen anything about it, there's a link in my bio. You can buy the pattern, and we're going to stitch every day for the next 2 weeks, but during weekdays we'll take a break at the weekend. And we're gonna end up with a lovely hoop. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm going to start stitching so that the video doesn't last forever. But if you have any question, if you have anything that you want to ask about this hoop or anything, hi! Lovely to see you guys. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm quite excited to stitch this one. It's a cutie, and I love Christmas, so I've put Christmas songs in the background. And we're going to start stitching. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this one. So let me just see. Yeah, there you go. So you can actually see the mess on my desk as well. So sorry, I'm going to fiddle a little bit with my tripod just to make sure it's stable. But I have decided to actually make this one again on a larger size, so you can see it compared to my hand. So that is the 8-inch hoop that you can get, but you also get the 10, so it's bigger quite considerably. And I have decided to do it on a cushion cover. So these cushion covers, I've ordered them. It was mainly for a trial to see how they were, and I actually quite like the fact that they are quite thin, especially for stitching them. That's the brand that I've ordered. And but it was really more to have a test with it, but I probably would want to get something a bit higher quality for future hoop. But I thought, why not make it a nice cushion that can go on, you know, your sofa at Christmas time. So today we're going to stitch part of the ballerina. So the way I want it to go is that I'm not gonna pick one character per day. I'm going to stitch bits of it. And if you purchase the actual hoop, you will see that there is a guide in there, and every day I'm going to update it. And on that page, which is the information you get if you purchase the pattern, is that on that page you're going to get all the videos, you're going to get the extra information about it, which is like the stitches we use, the colors we use, how many threads we use. I mean, all of this is going to be on there. And it's going to be updated daily. So bear with me, I'm just looking for a needle. And all right, so we're going to start with this one. And this one, I'm going to start today with the body, the hair, and the wings. And I'm using 3 colors for that. So again, you can pick exactly the colors that you like. You don't have to follow my my own colors. But I'm going to reuse the colors that I've already used for this one. It may vary. If it does, I will let you know anyway. All the references for the ones that I've used before are with the pattern. So if you want to use exactly those colors, it's all in there. So today we'll start with the body. We'll color it in color 948. Those are all DMC threads. This is the only thread that I use. And so yeah, 948, that's the first one. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull a length of it. So sorry, I'm reading at the same time. Nutcracker multiple times. All right, yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I'm really glad. Yeah, I do love the Nutcracker. To be honest, I haven't gone to see the actual Nutcracker yet on stage. I will definitely organize that. This year was supposed to be the year we were going to do that, and obviously that's not happening, so hopefully next year, fingers crossed. So I'm gonna get 3 strands of that color, which is like obviously skin color type of And we're going to stitch the body of the ballerina with a satin stitch. That's the only stitch we're going to use today. That's the satin stitch. So it's a very straightforward, fairly simple stitch, and this is how I make my knots. If you're brand new, I've never joined one of my stitch along. All right, so let me show you the back. This has the zip here in the middle, so I've basically put my hoop inside, and I've used, you might have seen it, I've done a post on my website which is all about transferring a pattern if you don't want to trace, and then I give you two different methods. I will add the one where you transfer or trace it with the carbon paper, but I haven't tried it properly yet myself, so I will do that first and then I will update that post. But this one is, oh, I can never remember the name of it, but it is on the, oh yeah, it's the sulky one. So it's like the print stick and stitch, I think, but it is water dissolvable. So you run it through your printer. It has to be an inkjet because I think it would melt if it was laser. And then you just peel the back and you put it on your fabric, and then when you're done, you just wash it off, and that works well for me. So I'm gonna start with the ballerina. So the tiny little bit there at the bottom is her ballet shoes, so we're gonna leave that one for later. And off we go. I want to keep the videos around 30 minutes, so the main thing I'm gonna do is just show you the stitches and do as much as I can during that time frame. Make sure that you have all the different stitches that you need for that particular day, and then I can't guarantee that I will finish it, especially that I'm using a bigger pattern, so I can't guarantee it will be finished within that time frame. So if it's not, then we'll all go on our way, and then we will finish it before the day after. So there you go. I can't believe that we are so close to Christmas now. It feels, though, it's weird this year, obviously it's weird for everyone, but it feels like it's coming so quickly, and at the same time, every now and then I look at my calendar and I'm shocked that it's actually still 3 weeks. I think Thanksgiving threw me this year a little bit because I started to be in the Christmas spirit on Thanksgiving Day, so I kind of felt like Christmas was over when it hadn't even happened. It might be because I'm not, I didn't grow up with the actual Thanksgiving tradition, so I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why it felt like it was Christmas for me. So yeah, that's going to be a much bigger piece, this one. So I definitely don't think that I will be able to stitch everything that I say we should stitch it every day in that 30-minute video. So I will most probably have to finish off camera. But I'll make sure that you have all of the stitches available and references and how to do them on that particular video. Just knot it a bit, so when it does that, you pull it off a bit, and then there you go. So how's everyone doing? Are you organized and ready for the big day? Hey Diane, how are you? It's nice to see you here. So as I was explaining at the beginning, I'm using the 10-inch hoop pattern, and I'm doing it on a cushion cover in case that's of interest. And those cushion covers, I've ordered them mainly because I wanted to see the quality of them, and I ordered them from Amazon. and they're quite nice, but the only thing I don't really like about them is they're more like cushion covers you would have on a bed rather than, you know, on your sofa. But once it's decorated, it's quite cute actually. And I suppose you can add things like, so how do you hold the loose end of the string at the start? I'm not really sure what you mean, Beth. Can you explain what you mean? Do you mean like, how do we make sure that a knot mine? I know some people have a different way of doing it, but I make a tiny knot and then that holds it, if that's what you mean. I know some other people will do kind of a loop. I've never felt comfortable with that method because I've basically learned to do it with the hoop, and I know it's nicer at the back if you don't have all these little knots, but it's never really been an issue for me personally. So tell me if that's your question. If not, then just please let me know what you mean. I've just made a mess here. Just knotted somewhere. Sorry, I'm gonna have to work on that one a little bit because I'm not sure what happened. Okay, there you go. So yes, oh, okay, yeah, I knot it then. Yeah, that's how I do it. But if you're not comfortable with that and you prefer not doing the knot, there are some tutorials online on how to do it. I have never really practiced it, so I don't want to show you something weird, but so you're welcome. So just realized one thing I would have liked to add that I forgot to add on that one is swan. I don't know. I feel like it would be really sweet on it, so maybe I will add it on a separate one. Oh, thank you, Beth. So this is quite, if you've never done embroidery before, this still will be okay for you to follow that one. The pattern is linked in the bio if you're interested, but basically that one there will be a couple of stitches that are a bit more advanced, but I always give you the beginner's alternative. So if you feel a bit more comfortable with doing something a bit more simple, it will still look really cute. But thank you for the kind words. This first day is really just satin stitch, so what I'm doing now is just what we're going to do throughout the whole bits that we're doing today. So and to stay within the time frame after that leg, I'm going to move to the face just to show you how I'm doing the face, so that I don't overrun my 30 minutes. The only reason I decided to go 30 minutes this time is because I feel like it's more manageable in terms of time to rewatch a video that's just 30 minutes, and it's probably not very necessary to watch the full piece being stitched, as long as you get the gist of it. And yes, just a reminder, we used 3 strands on that one, okay? And I'm probably going to be using 3 strands all along for the whole piece, simply because it's quite a big one, so otherwise it will take forever. So, and just to show you, if you're new to it, this is how I'm going to try and move this so that you get a bit more light. Not my strand when I'm done. So I go through a couple of times, and then I knot it this way. And there you go. So this one is done. I will do the second leg a bit later. Okay, the one thing that's annoying with this paper, if you can get over it, it's absolutely fine. You know, it has so many other advantages that I'm not that worried. It's just that sometimes your needle can get a little bit gunky. You know, there's the glue that holds that on the fabric can sometimes just gather a little bit on your needle, which just like rub it off. That goes very quickly. All right, let me show you how I stitch the face. So the face of our little ballerina. And so this hoop, actually, designing this hoop really made me want to design more hoops with characters on, you know, like little illustration like this. So that would be fun. Oh, cool, Beth. I'm really happy that you feel like you can do it. So brilliant. So for the ballerina, the face, as you can see, it's got that kind of, obviously, the pointy bit with the chin. So what I'll do is I'll work from the middle to one side, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do the other side. It's so that it keeps my stitches a bit more regular. So here I go all the way to the point of the hair. That's it. And then I'm going to then follow the line. The one thing I forgot when it's such a big piece is when you're in the middle, it's hard to hold the hoop. And this is where I should have a hoop stand. That would be easier. I should add it to my Christmas list. Actually, that's a good idea. So thank you for new joiners. Thank you for coming to check out this video. If you're new and if you're just landing on it because you've seen that I was live, this is a pattern we are stitching every day, every weekday for the next 2 weeks. And every day we're going to stitch different part of it. Okay, this, as you can see, I'm covering the eyes and mouth. We will add them at the end, so don't worry about this. It's easier to do it this way for this one because the mouth and the eyes are such small stitches that it makes sense. And obviously, because I'm working with a cushion, I have to make sure that when I come back the other side, it doesn't go through the second layer of the cushion. So I definitely think a hoop stand would be a good idea. So how's everyone doing? How's your life treating you at the moment? I hope you're well and that you're all happy and excited that Christmas is coming. How's it with the situation? Are you going to be able to see family or not? Or because obviously with all the lockdowns and the situations going on, everything that's going on. I mean, we're quite lucky that, our family, all of our family is in Europe, and we never travel at Christmas. We never go back to Europe at Christmas. We always go during the summer because it's such a long trip, and we kind of, it's easier and nicer to be there in the summer. So as you can see, I've done one side and now I'm going to work on the other side. And yeah, so we don't tend to go back. We stopped going back when we had our kids because it was just such a nightmare to travel with all the paraphernalia already of the kids, but also all the Christmas bits that you're bringing to all the family, and then you come back with tons, and it was just so stressful. We ended up not enjoying Christmas very much, so we ended up deciding to stay home for Christmas. Great Thanksgiving with your sister's family. Oh, that's really nice. I'm really, really pleased, Diane, that you managed to do this. It's so hard at the moment, isn't it? Because you have to make so many decisions there, and you have to live with those decisions as well. That's the thing. It's just... But you have to also find a balance of what feels comfortable and how you do it, if you and to try and do it in the safest way possible for everyone. But so how many of you were there then, Diane? Were you? Because I remember you mentioning it actually before, because we did that live as well before Thanksgiving. But I can't remember how many said you were. But it's so nice that you managed to get together in a safe way as well, which is brilliant. There you go, I'm almost finished with the face. So like I said, I'm covering the whole face, okay? I'm not worried, it's just 6 of you. That's nice, that's a nice little group. I'm so happy you managed to do it. So, I finished the face and I'm going to work on the arms now. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm starting in the middle for the arms and I'm just gonna work my way up one way and then we'll be coming back. So I don't know if I actually make a knot or if I just go straight for it, I don't know. No, I'm gonna use as much thread. So I'm going back to where the point of the chin is. Then I'm going down to the point of the ballet top. And that's it. And I'm gonna work my way. And I'm definitely gonna add a hoop stand to my Christmas list. Especially that next year I'm hoping to do a lot more of those. I mean a lot more manageably, because obviously I'm that kind of person who can very quickly get carried away in doing things. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of my coffee. And I just really don't want to get it crazy, but at the same time I'm really enjoying this, so I really want to do more next year. So who's there stitching with me and who's there just watching? And don't worry, you won't be told off either way. Diane, I have a suspicion that you are stitching with me, because you did. April as well, maybe. I don't know if you're still there. So we're about like 5 minutes left on that video before I have to go, but as you can tell, actually, I'm probably going to stay a bit longer because obviously I still want to show you quickly the stitch for the completely mistimed that one, didn't I? So I'm gonna stitch this one until I run out. And then I'm going to do the hair and one wing. I'm probably going to stay there a lot longer, but basically it's just to show you the colors that I use, and the stitch will be the same one. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I'm glad that you enjoy watching. So... it's good to know, actually. It's good to know. Because the last thing I wanted is to be very boring videos, because obviously if it is, it's harder for people to follow, and that's not the point of it. So yeah, I'm going to finish that thread. Once I'm done with it, I'm going to stitch part of the hair, not the full hair, and then a wing so that you see what's going on. And as I said earlier, it's only satin stitch, so you are basically repeating the same thing but with a different color, that's all. So sorry, I'm just reading the message at the moment. So where is the pattern from? Is it drawn or purchased? But okay, so the pattern, if you, Bonnie, hi, thank you for the question, by the way. If you look in the link in my bio, there will be the link straight to the pattern in my Etsy store. Once you have the pattern, you will have it. It comes in 4 sizes. So, sorry, 2 sizes, but 4 orientations so that you can trace it and transfer it either way you find comfortable. And then what's the next thing? Okay, there's a quick starter guide as well, where you get all the information on what you need to get, the colors you get, how you get started with the hoop, get ready for it. And there's also a link on that embroidery guide that will take you to the website, the web page that is dedicated to this hoop. So it's only for the people who purchase it. This will go live, the actual web page will go live after I've uploaded this video onto it. And at that point, you will be able to just refer to that one all the time. The videos will still be saved on my IGTV anyway, so you will be able to access them there. So I hope I answer your questions, Bonnie. So yeah, the pattern is easy to find on the link in my bio. And from then on, you're guided to all the information you need. Thank you, Bonnie. So sorry, I've got a message. Oh, April. Yes, you'll start tonight. But you're watching. Oh, that's nice. Well, that's nice you're watching. Thank you. And that's okay. Yeah, I'm you know, like I always say, you just do exactly in your own time. It's always nice to have you guys on the call at the same time, on the live. Thank you. Oh, I'm just like looking at my messages and you're welcome, Bonnie. Thank you for asking the question. Right. So I'm going to end this one. Merci, Julie. Thank you very much. That's really kind. I hope you're okay. Oh, yeah. It gets, like I said, it gets a bit sticky when you use that transfer paper. So I'm just going to start with doing half the hair, just to show you. So I'm using color 739. Yeah. And thank you, Jan. It's very nice. Thank you for just saying that it's a nice pattern. I really appreciate it. It's very kind. So I'm gonna take 3 strands of that color. It's like a very light beige. So it's I've tried to limit the amount of colors as well, but so that you don't need to get tons of different skeins of threads, but colors, sorry, but I don't think I'm a minimalist on that front. I always end up using quite a lot of colors, but hopefully not too much. And also, please reuse things that you have already, colors that you have already, because, you know, I know a lot of you practice embroidery regularly, and I know you have the colors or other colors, so feel free to use any other color you like. So I'm gonna work from the middle up all the way to the first side, and then I'll stop there for this one because, like I said, I don't want the video to be so long. And then I'll show you a wing. But basically what I do on one side, I repeat on the other side, like I did for the face. And as far as the eye and mouth are concerned, we'll do it later during the hoop stitching. And you can actually angle the stitch a little bit on this on the hair, like just angling it a little bit this way and a little bit this way, so it gives that kind of natural you know, hair going sideways. Or you can go with a straight stitch as well, it's up to you. So if you're just joining, and if you have any questions, anything you want to know about this or what we're doing, please feel free to ask. The full video will be on my IGTV if you want to catch up later as well. All right, so I think we'll be done after this stitch. I'll do a slightly shorter one. So that does give that kind of like rounded effect. So there you go, one side. Okay, so like I said, sometimes there's a stitch that sticks out a little bit much. So what I do is I turn it around. I've showed it before, but I want to show it to anyone who's new. I turn it around and I kind of pull gently, and don't go crazy because you could actually damage your strand. But if you pull it, and I'm gonna stop it here because obviously I'm gonna change the color for the wing. I'll show you when we turn it around. It should have, hopefully, yeah. So it tucks it in a bit. I'm just trying to show you closer. So it's just tucked it in. It's not completely straight here, but it will disappear once we do the crown. Okay, so let me show you how to do quickly the wing. For the wing, I used a very pale pink, which is reference here 948. Again, choose what you feel is the prettiest and you want to use yourself, because you could maybe have a completely different color scheme. I hesitated at first to do it in a very traditional red, green, and so red, green, gold, because I love those Christmas colors. But then I thought, no, I'll go a bit more pink. All right. So yeah, I haven't finished yet. If you're just joining and you're just seeing, I haven't finished yet the arms or the leg, but I will finish them off later. So again, I've picked 3 strands, and so Beth, if you're still here, this is how I knot my thread. I just basically roll it around my finger and do this. And that makes a little knot. And I'm gonna work on this one because it's a bit of a smaller one, so that it's a weird place to start, but if you look at the design, it kind of curls into it. So if I go straight, there's gonna be that little space there that is not filled in. So to keep that kind of curve effect, I start a bit higher, and I'm gonna put my first stitch here. And then I'm gonna build it up along the line. And by doing this, you keep the curve. So that color, when you use it like this, it looks quite similar to the body color, but it's actually a lot pinker. And when it's completely filled in, you can see the difference. There you go. So this is how we do the wings. Like I said, the whole stitching today is satin stitch. So So again, as well, if you're just joining, I'm stitching it on a cushion cover that I got and transferred my pattern on it with the aim to have that as a little decoration, Christmas decoration, so I can put it on my sofa every year. And actually the good thing about this cushion cover is that it washes very well as well. So you can quickly put it in the wash at the end of the season and put it away. Here you go, that will be our first day. So I'm going to stitch a bit more of that wing, and then I'm going to recap what we've done today. And tomorrow we keep going with the ballerina, and we will be stitching the tutu. And the little ballerina shoe as well, which will be a really quick one because it's only a tiny bit and just one showing, so it'll be easy. So one thing that you want to remember, if you're doing it to be a cushion cover like mine and it's going to be on display, it's going to be touched regularly, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be moved around and all of this. So make sure that you do not have loose strands. So basically that they're not, you know, any of them that is just basically sticking out, because if it is, it's going to be very easy for anyone to catch it with a ring, with anything, and that can damage the design. So remember that. Like you can see, like I try to make sure that I really tuck it in very well, but you don't want to overly pull either. Remember that, because otherwise you distort the pattern. This is always what, if I do a cushion cover, I always really am careful at that, because I don't know you, I have 2 boys and they are not necessarily the most careful when they're moving cushions from a sofa or whatever. They're good boys, but they are definitely not necessarily super careful. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Obviously, as you can see, I'm just gonna fill the wings, all of them like this. I'm going to do the second leg again in a satin stitch, very similar to this one. I'm gonna keep going here and fill this side first, and then I'll come back to the center and then fill the other side, and then I'm gonna fill the wings with a satin stitch. When you get to that one, just the only thing that you want to remember and be careful of is that you're going to choose a direction, catch it again the other side, so that it doesn't, so what I mean is that don't fill it in that direction and then just change it in a kind of angled way the other side, because otherwise it'll look weird. Just want to keep, I would start from here and then just fill it in, fill it in, fill it in this way, and then catch it from there and do the same thing. I hope it makes sense. When I am finished with this, I will take a picture so you can see it properly. It will be on the website with all the details, with the recording of the video, with all the references, the color thread, and yeah, how many threads we use. And that's it. So if you have any question, as always, you just drop me a line and I'm more than happy to answer. If it is regarding where to get the pattern, if it is regarding how to do something, what fabric to get and all this, I do have quite a lot of information on the website, but I'm very happy to guide you to it if you are stuck. And this is it for today. So I'll be back tomorrow at 10 live on Instagram, so 10 Chicago time, so Central time. And we will be stitching the outfit, so the tutu and hello shoe. All right, I hope you're all well and you've all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Take care. Bye. Bye, everyone.